Assalamualaikum and a very good day, Doctor. So today we will present our lesson plan on articles and the for Year 4 Primary English Second Language students. Okay, so my name is Nur Amanina binti Rohaizad and I am the first presenter. And the next will be Nur Rashikin binti Shahrudin and our last presenter will be Dayang Nur Hazwa binti Abang Hazmi. Okay, so these are basically what we will cover for today's presentation. First, we will have the introductions and then we'll have the materials needed, lesson stages and the activities, differentiated learning strategies, and then we will have the assessment and also the reflection. And lastly, we will have the conclusion and wrap up. Okay, so lesson focus. So this lesson is designed for Year 4 Primary English Second Language students and will run in the class for about 60 minutes. Okay, our grammar focus is on the correct use of articles and the. Okay. So, our learning objectives, by the end of this lesson, students will be able to recognize and distinguish between articles and the, and then they will be able to use the article correctly in the sentences, and then they will be able to apply their understanding through differentiated activities based on their proficiency level. And then these are the materials needed for our class. Okay, we will use the flashcard with pictures and words, and then we will use sentence stripes with missing articles, a worksheet with differentiated by level, and then we will use the small object, which is the physical object. For example, we use apple, book, orange, and elephant toy. And then whiteboard and also markers. Lastly, we will use digital slides or video for the visual learners. Alright, to start with, we will do a quick warm-up activity called Spot the Article to engage the students and activate their prior knowledge. Okay, we will write the sentences on the board with the missing articles and ask the students to choose the correct one from and or the. Okay, for example, we will write, I have white apple. So they need to guess the answer. She saw white elephant. We live near white ocean. So after each guess, we will explain why the answer is correct. But is correct. By doing this, it will help the students to understand the rules before we introduce them in detail. Okay, to support with different learners, for beginners, we will use picture cards to match with the correct article. And then for the intermediate students, we will let them choose the correct article from the multiple options. And then for the advanced students, they will need to explain and justify why they choose that certain articles for their answer. Okay, so that is all from me. I will pass the next slide to the next presenter, Nur Rashikin binti Shahrudin. Thank you.
Alright, thank you, Nur Amanina. Now next, the presentation. Okay, here in this part, teacher should present the rules for the articles, the and the. So this part, it will involve some explanation. However, teacher need to make sure to keep this part clear and interactive. Okay, for and, teacher should explain that is used before words that begins with a consonant sound. For example, a cat, a dog, C and D, it's a consonant sound. Okay, and N is used before words that begin with vowel sound. Okay, for example, an apple, an elephant. Alright, so here show students real object like an apple and a banana, which means the real apple and real banana, and demonstrate how each article is used with these objects to reinforce the rule visually so that they can see. Okay, for the teacher should explain that the is used to refer to something specific or unique, which means it is referring to something specific. Okay, show them pictures of well-known things like Eiffel Tower, the earth, the moon, to illustrate the concept of the uniqueness, the specificity. Okay, so while teacher explain these rules, integrate some visuals on the board. Maybe teacher can show the real objects, or maybe flashcard, a picture of the moon on a flashcard. Okay, so this will help all students, especially visual learners, okay, understand the connection between the articles and the noun they go with. Okay, so in terms of differentiation for this part, okay, for beginners, teacher will rely heavily on the real objects and pictures to help their student grasp the concept. And for intermediate student, teacher will encourage them to say the correct article out loud before the noun, providing some verbal practice. And lastly, for advanced student, teacher will ask them to explain why the article is used in each example. Okay, encouraging them deeper thinking and understanding. Okay, that is for the presentation part. Alright, now for the guided practice. After we introduce the rules, we move into the guided practice phase where students, they will rotate through 3 different stations. Okay, so these activities allows for differentiated practice based on each student's proficiency level. So the first station will be matching game. Okay, so this first station is for beginner level. Here, student will match pictures of objects, okay, with the correct articles. For example, if they see a picture of an elephant, okay, they would match it with an. Okay, Teacher will be circulating around the class, okay, offering the student support and reinforce the rules just now. Okay, and then for station number 2, okay, fill in the blanks, in which this is designed for intermediate level, in which students at this station will complete sentences with missing articles. Like, for example, I saw blanks old man on the streets. Okay, for another example will be she bought umbrella. So they will work in pairs to fill in the blanks and peer check their answers. So here teacher need to encourage them to explain their choices as we move around the room. Okay, let's move on to the next station, which is station number 3, sentence building challenge. Okay, so this is designed for advanced level. So at this station, student will be asked to write sentences using the correct articles. For example, they might create sentences like, I saw an elephant and a cat at the zoo. Okay, so they will share their sentences with a partner, and the teacher will review their work to make sure that the articles used are used correctly. So by rotating the student through this station, teacher will enable teacher to ensure that everyone is working at their level and can provide targeted support where needed.
So a very good morning to Doctor and everyone. So now for our presentation, I will continue with the wrap-up activities for our lesson plan for our grammar lesson for today. So for our wrap-up activities, we have prepared article charades whereby a student will pick a word, for example, egg, and they act out or describe the word, and the whole class guesses the word and article. For example, an egg. So through this activity, students will be able to identify the correct article based on the words provided. So the differentiation here is applied for beginner when teachers show a picture with the action. So for beginner level, students will need visual aid as in pictures of the provided words for the students to be able to understand the word given. So here, visual aids will be able to help the students to understand the word better and will be able to know the article being used for the said vocabulary. And for intermediate level, they will act out the word and guess the article. So when the words are given to the intermediate level students, they will need to act out the word best based on their comprehension, understanding of the word, and guess the article for the word. So from here, it is not only guessing the article, mere guessing the article, it's actually testing the students' comprehension on the application of the article on the given word. And for the advanced students, they will explain why a specific article is used. So instead of just guessing the article that is correctly applied to the word, for the advanced level, students will need to explain why they need to use a and other for the vocabulary provided for them. So from here, it is not only testing their comprehension and understanding, it is also testing their ability to evaluate and to see the proper usage of article for all the vocabulary given. So in these wrap-up activities, it is important for the teacher to test the students' understanding. So article charades helps a lot in actually testing students' level of understanding and comprehension of the usage of article, be it for beginner level, intermediate level, as well as advanced level. So for our assessment and reflection, so we can see our assessment in two different ways, whereby we have formative assessment, whereby teacher observes students' responses during activities. So for formative assessment, teachers plays a very important role in observing students' behavior, students' reactions towards the lesson, towards the activity provided, specifically for beginner level, intermediate level, and advanced level students, because these different level students, they have different reaction, different understanding, different perspective of the lesson, of the activities provided for them. So from here, for formative assessment, teachers will be able to see students progress throughout the lesson. And we have summative assessment, whereby students complete worksheets and receive feedback. So in the other level, in the other parts of our lesson, they are provided worksheets. So from here, the worksheets act as an on-paper evaluation, on-paper test on how students apply their knowledge into written form. So from here, we are not only seeing their level of comprehension through answering, but also from application of the knowledge that they have learned during the whole lesson. So from here, we can see that summative and formative assessment, they come together, whereby formative assessment happens along the way and summative assessment happens towards the end of each of the activity and of the lesson. So reflection happens towards the end of our lesson, whereby one of the questions that teachers can ask is such as, what did you learn about a and the today? So students will probably answer, a is for consonant, and is for vowel, and then the is for another part of the vocabulary. So can you use the article correctly in a sentence? So From here, we can receive students' feedback in a way that when they answer, we are able to see in which level they are. For example, beginner level, when they are able to use the article correctly, they will be able to guess the article through the picture provided. And for the intermediate level students, the students will be able to answer in a way that they are able to guess the correct article based on just the word given, and they will be able to act out the words. And for advanced level students, they will be able to explain why such articles being used in such word for such vocabulary for such words. So these are all from us. So we hope that this lesson can be implemented for all level of classes, whereby this will highlight the usage of differentiation strategy in teaching grammar. That is all from us. Thank you.